Hi everybody. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jarrad Hewett. This is a very special video today because uh, it was very unplanned, spontaneous. My good friend Darius Barazande and I have been talking the last couple of weeks about the energies of October. And here in the US, we're having an election cycle, and there is a lot of feelings of disconnect, feelings of not being at home, feelings of people not understanding you, feelings of irritation, feelings of anger. There are all kinds of energies bubbling up, and it's not just here in America, it's all over the world. We see it happening globally, we see it happening in financial markets, we see it happening in geopolitical structures, and everyone within the collective is beginning to feel that within themselves. And this has been a month where I don't think I've ever received as many emails or as many um, personal questions on the membership site around the feelings of disconnect, the feelings of not knowing who we are anymore, feeling disconnected from reality, feeling disconnected from um, our own lives in a lot of ways. And so, what Darius and I basically just birthed through a phone conversation very quickly was a very special primetime special call. We're going to be doing it. It's Wednesday. Let me look at the date here, get inside of time and space. It's going to be Wednesday, the 26th at 8 o'clock Central, which is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and 6 o'clock Pacific Time. You got to see me do math in real time. But we are going to be working with the energies of really beginning to shift and really gain momentum around what it is we do want, being able to really get a hold of the reins, not just within the collective, but within who we are, and being able to connect into source directly, not having to go through anyone else or anything else, and really being able to bring that healing energy, that loving energy, and that open heart space into our embodiment, allowing us to feel more peace, more ease, and be able to transition within our lives into our true passion and really discover and unearth that passion. So I'm very excited for this call. You can see a lot more about it below. I've also included what I call Fear Clear. So for those of you that have never experienced my work before, I know this is me just hanging out. I hadn't planned to work today at all. So when Darius just texted me and said, "Hey, could you make a video?" I said, I actually said, yes, I will. I will go sit down and do that. So this is me in all my glory. But I've included Fear Clear. If you've never worked with any of my material before, this is something that you may feel some emotion come up, but this is actually something that I listen to whenever I feel my backstory. I dealt with clinical depression for a very long time, post-traumatic stress disorder, very severe anxiety, had a lot of heart issues, and was able to really move through all of that. And so one of the places that I specialize when working with people is really being able to see what those limiting beliefs are, see the spaces and places where they aren't able to connect to themselves, their authentic self, open their heart, and have that connection to source. And so this Fear Clear is an energy that I use all the time within our daily groups when I do remote energy work. But this is about an 18 to 20-minute journey that really moves you into a space where if you're feeling that irritability, if you're feeling that uncertainty, if you're feeling the inability to love others, or if you're just feeling disconnected, this is a space that begins to open you up and takes you on a journey back into wholeness, because that's what this life, this work is all about. It's about being whole, being connected, and being loved. And really not just being those things, but feeling it. It's about having the experiential knowingness of it. And so I've included this. I've also included a symbol. And for those of you that, again, have never worked with me, I work with something that I refer to a lot as the creation formula. It is a series of frequencies. Everything is energy. Everything in this world has a vibratory signature. And the way I describe the creation formula is simply like a symphony playing out in the world. And sometimes maybe our money section, maybe that's the string section, and that is playing a symphony that you can hear the notes are off, or maybe the drums are off. Maybe the drums are our career, or maybe there's another section that is off, and maybe that represents our own ability to connect and find who we are and find our purpose and passion. And so it's a combination of frequencies. It's a combination of symbols. If you think in terms of the light language, which is another thing that we often do together on calls, this is opening up to the latent information that is all around us, that is in the shared space of the I am presence. That is, if we look at take a high-powered microscope, you could actually see through my hand. There's space here, even though we perceive solid matter. Well, what is beyond that space? Obviously, we have protons and neutrons and atoms, but beyond that, there is space. And science has proven that you can take a part of that body, say we draw a blood sample and take it 100 miles away, whatever my body is physically experiencing, it will actually read in that same sample because there is still a connection. There's a connection through the field. And so behind everything is the mighty I am presence. It is source and action. That is the unifying field of this world. And so what we are going to be doing is through these symbols, through the language of light, through some of these things that we do, we open ourselves back up to wholeness and to connection at every single level, as above, so below, everything. We allow ourselves not to need to leave our body to connect, but to be able to embody and fully connect into who we are. And from that place, we move into a space of power and love and joy. And we move into the space where we fully know that we create. We move into the space of being able to heal and to let go. And there's so much judgment on the planet right now, and everyone seems to be feeling it in some way, shape, or form. And so another thing we're going to be working on is really letting that go, because ultimately, if we're judging something else, we're judging a reflection of something, a polarity within us. And so part of the energy of this fear clear journey is allowing you to begin to release that. And so my gift to you all today, right now, is this fear clear energy journey. It's about, I believe, 15-20 minutes. Take that space, find a nice cozy space, play it. If you'd like to check out the symbol, you can look at it. It may absolutely, from the conscious mind, you go, I don't know what that is. It just looks kind of fun and weird. But as you begin to do the journey, your body literally, it's just latent information in the field. I say it's the written embodiment of the language of light. It transcends language. We talk in the beginning was the word. Well, it's so much more than the spoken word. It's intention, it's direction, it's power, it's Gnost. It's that true heartfelt knowing and connection to source. And so this is something that, as a group, if we all do together, and you can do before you come to the call on Wednesday night, you can already begin to experience and set a space for releasing and for becoming whole in a brand new way. And then Darius and I, in our first ever primetime special, are absolutely thrilled to be working with you all, many of you for the very, very first time. And we are going to do some amazing things, have some amazing healings, do some one-on-one work with callers on the line. And we are going to create a space for you, create a community for you, create a space where you feel loved, where you feel seen, and where you know it's safe to share. And so we are looking forward to it. All of the information is below. You need to do nothing but show up for the call. There is nothing you need to do, be, or have other than just bring your beautiful self and be ready. Be ready to open. Be ready to examine some of your expectations about reality, where we expect things to maybe go wrong, where we expect to hit little hurdles. And we're going to start to also talk about what those hurdles represent and how we can begin to see them in a different way that then allows us to experience them in a different way, which then ultimately allows them to release completely. So we have a lot to discuss in our first ever, I keep saying, it's a prime time special. I'm very, very excited about it. Again, it's going to be this Wednesday, going back to my calendar here, this Wednesday, October 26th. I may have said November earlier because I get scattered sometimes. October 26th. It's going to be at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. If you need to find out how to convert that, we can help you out. If you have any questions at all, you can email Jen's team, you can email Darius's team, you can email my team. That info for my team is info@jarradhewett.com. It's JarradHewett. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Lots of love. Bye-bye.